public enterprise corporation since 1975, by government decree dated October 1, 2012, Guadeloupe Port Authority has now become the major seaport authority of Guadeloupe, Guadeloupe Port Caraïbes. At the center of the Antilles Arc, Guadeloupe Port Caraïbes is ideally located at the meeting point of Europe, America, and Asia shipping routes. A multi-purpose port, it handles nearly 3.8 million tons of freight traffic and over 900,000 passengers every year. Dependability, quality of plant and equipment, operational productivity, modern logistical, industrial and port activity zones, compliance with ISPS standards, institutional stability and ISO 14001 certification make Guadeloupe Port Caraïbes the European benchmark port in the region. As evidenced by the wealth of distinctions bestowed by port and shipping organizations over the past few years. Best multi-purpose terminal, most reliable port, first prize for growth and development, most responsive port, best port welcome. Responsible for managing the port installations and maritime accesses at the port facilities under its jurisdiction, Guadeloupe Port Caraïbes is a major economic player in the area. At the heart of the archipelago's supply chain, handling 95% of the trade exchanges between Guadeloupe and the outside world, Guadeloupe Port Caraïbes is a key player for competitiveness. It provides the means to supply energy and to import raw materials, semi-finished products, and the majority of consumer goods, and to export local Guadeloupean produce such as bananas, sugar, and rum. Guadeloupe Port Caraïbes directly employs 150 people, but when all activities are taken together, the port-based economy represents 12% of the area's jobs. The Guadeloupe Port Caraïbes strategy is centered around a broad range of activities, avoiding the feederization of Guadeloupe and developing transshipment, responding to the growth in the cruise liner market, encouraging the expansion of yachting and boating, continuing to develop, maintain and upgrade the installations, engineering in the service of local communities, reconciling port activities and environmental protection. In keeping with the geography of the archipelago, the activities of Guadeloupe Port Caraïbes are spread over 5 locations that contribute to the area's development and equilibrium. The Port of Jarry at Baie-Mahault, the Port of Pointe-à-Pitre, the Port of Basse-Terre, the Port of Fol-Ons on Marie-Galante, and the Bas-du-Fort Marina. The leading port facility in the archipelago, Jarry Baie-Mahault is wholly dedicated to freight traffic and accessible to 6,500 TEU vessels with a draught of 14 meters. With natural protection against the swell, accessible with no wind or tide constraints to large draught vessels, it is located at the heart of the island's largest business park. It has a number of specialist quays, a container terminal comprising a 600-meter linear development equipped with 5 gantry cranes, 3 of which are latest generation. An ore carrier quay handling incoming consignments of clinker and coal. A cabotage quay for traffic with Marie-Galante and Dominica. An oil tanker quay. A sugar carrier and grain carrier quay. A conventional ro-ro quay. A ro-ro quay to receive vehicles and rolling equipment. The Port of Jarry also offers a vast logistical, industrial and port activity zone. An industrial park accommodating a cement works, energy suppliers, a flour producer, a fuel storage provider and a sugar exporter, among others. An industrial and commercial area for firms working directly with the port facility, a World Trade Center complex, an inert waste storage facility, and a crushing plant for the sustainable utilization of waste building and civil engineering materials, notably for port development uses. National trade zone comprising high added value free zone warehousing, including 2 dry cargo warehouses and the biggest refrigerated warehouse in the Caribbean. The 24,000 square meters of warehouse roofing are fitted with high-efficiency solar panels that produce 3.2 megawatt hours per year. These installations evidence the port's willingness to sustainably manage its energy consumption. The Port of Pointe-à-Pitre receives most of Guadeloupe's passenger traffic and also handles yachting business. Guadeloupe is a major port of call for cruise liners, a market that is constantly expanding, with nearly 250,000 passengers received each year. Located close to an international airport, the Pointe-à-Pitre terminal has the specialist facilities to meet the requirements of the cruise lines that have chosen Guadeloupe as their home base or port of call, including a modern cruise passenger hall, an arts and crafts market, a restaurant, and a duty-free area. Fully complying with ISPS standards and possessing state-of-the-art equipment, X-ray inspection and video surveillance equipment, screening facilities, and so on, Guadeloupe Port Caraïbes guarantees cruise lines a high level of security, exceeding the regulatory inspection requirements by conducting onshore checks prior to the embarkation of each and every passenger. The urban development projects aimed at improving the city-port interface also accompany the economic and tourism-related development generated by cruise shipping.
I think the services are excellent here. Everyone's very friendly. Cab drivers to the people handling the baggage, everybody is very nice. I like it.
La gente muy amable.
Sí, muy amables. Escuchamos música.
Muy alegre.
Escuchamos música muy alegre también. Nos gustó mucho. Gracias.
Estamos muy contentos.
Nous a très bien orientés. Dès eux-mêmes, le personnel est venu nous guider, donc c'est vraiment super.
I have a very beautiful beach here.
You can see, like, the beach is nice, it's clear, everyone is super friendly. It's nice hearing the French dialect as you walk around. And I had really good ice cream. And the pastries are good.
Wonderful.
Via the Bergevin Interregional Harbour Station, Pointe-à-Pitre also handles over 700,000 passengers per year. This traffic corresponds to the daily links with the islands in the south of the Guadeloupean archipelago, Marie-Galante, Les Saintes, and with Martinique, as well as with the neighbouring islands of Dominica or St. Lucia, which are catered for in a dedicated zone in compliance with the latest ISPS requirements. With the Caribbean becoming the leading region for yachting, Guadeloupe Port Caraïbes has chosen to position itself in this growth sector, thereby assisting the expansion of nautical activities in Guadeloupe. A repair yard for large yachts was set up at the Pointe-à-Pitre facility in 2010. Equipped with floating docks that are unique in the region, the yard can receive yachts measuring 50 meters long and 17 meters wide. Out of Pointe-à-Pitre, coasters also serve the islands of Saint Martin and Saint Barts, where ro-ro vessels also call to unload vehicles. With its open roads and a draught of over 9 meters, the port of Basse-Terre handles both freight traffic and passenger reception.
Welcome to Guadeloupe.
Situated at the foot of La Soufrière volcano, it offers cruise passengers a most attractive port of call going right to the heart of the mountain, and the chance to discover the artistic and historical heritage of Guadeloupe's administrative capital, as well as the area's pre-Columbian sites and natural spaces. Scheduled daily services out of Basse-Terre are also provided to Les Saintes. The development work carried out as part of the City-Port Interface operation consolidates the position of the Port of Basse-Terre as a cruise liner destination. The port of Fol-Anse on Marie-Galante is a strategic facility that opens up the best preserved island in the Guadeloupean archipelago. Equipped with 2 ro-ro berths and a sugar cargo berth, it is the key transit point for export consignments of sugar from Marie-Galante and for the imported goods required to supply the island. Situated at the heart of the Petit cul-de-sac Marin Inlet and near an international airport, the Bas-du-Fort Marina has operated on a lease since 2006 and is a perfect haven for yachts and boats. With over 1,000 berths spread over 23 quays and an additional 43 mooring buoys, it accommodates a home-based fleet and rental boats. It is ranked among the biggest marinas in the Caribbean. The Bas-du-Fort Marina makes available to yachtsmen and sailors a 6,000 square meter professional technical assistance zone, launching facilities, a 35-ton travel lift, a refueling station, rental premises, shops and services, a video surveillance system, and an area reserved for yachts. Well known in the world of yachting, the marina placed host to some internationally renowned sailing events, including the world-famous Route du Rhum yacht race. Guadeloupe Port Caraïbes is a major player in the region, rooting its development in a sustainable and integrated strategy in the service of an entire community. Guadeloupe Port Caraïbes, European excellence. Keep up to date with all the Guadeloupe Port Caraïbes news on our trilingual website, which is also accessible to handicapped people.